On May 26, 1883, in Cologne, Germany, a serial killer was born. His name was Peter Kurten. He was born into an abusive family, verbally and physically. And at the time, his family was enduring poverty. He had 12 siblings, him being the oldest. They all grew up in a one-bedroom apartment. An alcoholic father who abused them, but he got the worst beatings according to himself. His father would sexually assault their mother in front of them. Because of this early exposure to sexual activity, Kurten developed early sexual feelings. And at the age of 9, he started the practice of bestiality. His animals of choice were sheep, goats, and other farm animals. At the same time, according to him, he drowned 2 of his school friends, but it was dismissed and no charges were pressed. By the time he was 16, he discovered that he found pleasure in stabbing the animals while he was having intercourse with them. However, his activity was cut short when a farmer found him with one of the pigs. At the same time, he started doing petty crimes, then ran away from his abusive family. Shortly after, his father was arrested for incestuous relations with Kurten's 13-year-old sister. He continued this life of crimes as a young adult. Between his sentences, he would be responsible for several sexual assaults that occurred during that time. However, his first murder occurred a while after this. It was of a 10-year-old girl named Christine Klein. He sexually assaulted her, strangled her, and slit her throat using scissors to do so that he could watch the blood pour out on May 25, 1913. He was 30 years old at the time. He was put on the uncle. A prior argument between him and the victim's father. He was enraged over the killing, especially due to the sexual assault part. Surprised that the town became that upset, he found pleasure in the suffering associated with the case, watching it intently. This crime passed, and he was free and unsuspected. To serve in the military for World War I, and attempted to draft him, and to be jailed until 1921. His rage to grow larger. When he was released, he married a former prostitute, convicted of murdering her former fiancé. For years, he lived a normal life as a molder and became active in the trade union. For 4 years, he found himself in Dusseldorf, where his crimes began again. They started slow. For the first few months, he strangled 4 women, all of which escaped. Horrible. In August of 1929, his killing spree reached a peak. In 1 month, he murdered 6 people: 5-year-old Gertrude Hamacher and 14-year-old Louise Linden, murdering them and killing them the same way as Christine Klein. 6 victims. He wanted to create a scene for the public, so he killed the woman on a decomposing tree, but he buried her and sent a letter and map to the police to find her body. After these killings, he changed his murder weapon from scissors to a knife. He then stabbed 3 more people ranging from 18 to 37 years old and of different genders. They all escaped from Kurten. Only 3 days after this, Kurten murdered 2 more girls, twin sisters. He strangled one and slit the neck of another. With this double murder, he tried cannibalism for the first time, drinking the blood of the girl in which had her neck slit. He became known as the Vampire of Dusseldorf. 14th, he seduced a 20-year-old woman named Maria Budlick. He was going to kill her. She made it all the way to his apartment, but she fled the scene when she realized his intentions. She decided not to tell the police. She did decide to write a letter to her friend instead about the incident. It's incorrectly addressed, though, so the letter ended up at a postal worker's home and the worker turned it into the police. At the same time, Kurten confessed to all of his killings and assaults to his wife. She turned him in so that she could get the reward money for herself. He was arrested and confessed to all 68 crimes, 10 of them being murders and 31 being attempted murders. These crimes were revenge for the life that was given to him as a child. He then became the first sexual serial killer to ever have a psychological evaluation. Had all of these psychosexual fantasies and a detailed confession, the psychologist ruled him sane for trial. For the judge, he had no remorse for what he did. He said, "Never have I felt any misgiving in my soul. Never did I think to myself that what I did was bad, even though human society condemns it. My blood and the blood of my victims must be on the heads of my torturers. The punishments I have suffered have destroyed all my feelings as a human being. That was why I had no pity for my victims. Guilty and sentenced to death. To be executed, he asked the executioner if he would be able to hear the blood rushing out of his neck after his head was chopped off. Be the pleasure to end all pleasures. Kurten is a disorganized killer. There was nothing particularly the same about each of the murders. He attempted to kill 4 people by strangulation. He killed animals by stabbings. He slit one girl's throat and the other by strangulation and stabbed a couple of children. Therefore, nothing was really organized about these killings. Kurten is a hedonistic killer because of the pleasure he gained from killing his victims and the pleasure he got from hearing people mourn their loss and become enraged over their horrible deaths. Peter Kurten killed and hurt these people because of his childhood. He wanted revenge for the sexual and verbal abuse his father placed onto him, which caused him to start with bestiality on the farm and then stabbings, and then eventually mass